Welcome back to another episode of the Check-In podcast. My name's Megan.
And my name's Amy.
Hope you've been enjoying the episodes so far. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Today's topic is going to be...
We're going to be talking about how to elevate your service.
Yeah. So it's all about how to get the best service, maybe ideas that you haven't thought of or something that you can go off the back of.
Yeah.
So I think... Well, there's so much that can be said, but I guess what I like to do every now and often. Every now and then, I like to think about like every aspect and how we can change it. So I'll just like run through some of the things that I've been thinking about recently.
Is this like for us you've been thinking about?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I've forgotten now.
Oh.
What was I thinking about? No, just general things that I look at. So, like consultations. We have a really like generic consultation at the moment.
Yeah.
It's partly because I don't love when you have to sit there and fill something out.
Yeah.
So our consultations are automated and get sent out before the client arrives.
Yeah.
And it's super simple. But
like an
now,
online one.
The way that it's just basically about medical history. They fill out their personal details.
Yeah.
So now, how I'm now looking at it to elevate it is we're going to be doing the like scent. So they will choose their scent before they come in. So we know which products to use. What else was I doing? Scent, music.
Yeah, sound.
So we're looking at
like 4 options.
Yeah.
Of like different...
giving them 4 options.
Yeah. And
then also an option on there like let your therapist choose or
like the
you
Luxe.
don't mind. Yeah.
Like the Luxe playlist, like for... I want to say generic because we all have picked it all out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But yeah, just one that we use at the moment,
the
basically.
go-to. Yeah.
And I think for us it's like a lot of working with the 5 senses. So like smell in here is a big one. For us, we use diffusers, like there's candles in like Amy's room.
Yeah.
There's often candles at the front.
We start our treatment with inhalation.
Yeah, inhalation to start the treatment. But even like making sure it's like the minute they step in, there's a diffuser in the front.
Yeah.
Often one of the first things people say is about the smell.
Yeah.
But then even going through to the bathroom, there's like a diffuser in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So just making sure that it like, wherever they go, it's like
continues.
a sensory treatment as well.
Yeah. Because you also associate smells with memories.
Yeah.
So it's nice as well if you kind of smell something similar whilst you're out and about and you think, oh, that reminds me of my...
Yeah, exactly.
Luxe treatment or, yeah.
And some of like the inhalations, for example, like we use frankincense to start and rosemary to finish. But then in the products that we have for retail, those essential oils are in the products.
Yeah.
So sometimes people, if they love the smell, will take those products with them or maybe some of the wax melts. And it's like, and as we move into this year and we start bringing out more products like branded by Luxemore Studio, it will be more them taking the smell home with them, taking the products home with them so they can prolong their treatment.
Yeah.
Which I think will be really nice. And then like just general things like when they come in, obviously the smell, but then they probably have a glass of water. So we do like mainly lemon water at the moment, but sometimes we've put mint in there.
Yeah.
And we also have a fridge of drinks, but the way I'm hoping to change it is I'm trying out some like cordial, and I'm just going to elevate the water, so just put fruit in, put cucumber, mint, lemon and limes.
Change it up a bit.
Yeah, change it up a bit. Still have the like plain option because some people do just like plain water, and then some people might like the cordial. So just fancy it up a bit. And I think it's a way of just looking at each service that you do.
Yeah.
Or each thing that you do and saying like, how can I...
The little extras.
That will mean a lot for people. So it's like our beds have heated blankets on. And even into the summer, yes, it gets hot, but sometimes you don't want to get into a cold bed.
No.
And sometimes people love a cold bed. So all of our both of our beds have heated blankets on. And then we also have a duvet on it. So there's like the warmth of the duvet. But... it goes a long way. And then you see other people having do these, and people will literally like snuggle up
Yeah.
in it, and it's just looking at different things to elevate. So in different industries, like for you doing the nails, ways that you've elevated like with the product, like on the hands, and we have talked about it a little bit before, but it's just going a bit more in depth.
So I feel like so with nails, I'm doing gel manicures. You would definitely finish the treatment with like a cuticle oil and maybe a hand cream, but I think it's nice to go that extra mile and use something a little bit more luxe, something that, you know, if you use a moisturizer, that's going to linger on your hands for a little while. So when they leave,
like
so
it has a glow.
Absolutely. So leaving the treatment space and like feeling that, like you said, that treatment continue, your hands still feel really nice, they still are glowing and they smell amazing. Like I had a manicure again by one of our clients who's just incredible, but anyway, I had a manicure by her and I was kind of like, oh wow, these products are so nice. But then 6 hours later in the day, I could still smell them and I could still see my skin looked amazing. And it's just noticing that. And then you're just like, oh, yeah, I had a really great manicure earlier.
That's the thing. Once you get your nails done, you are looking at them like, non-stop the rest of the day. Like, checking them out.
And it's nice to have that, like you said, that visual and that scent, that smell. And I think you so easily could do a manicure without like using nice products, without using a scrub or anything like that. But I just think kind of, I don't say differentiate, I can't say that word. Differentiates you?
No.
From others, although I feel like it is becoming more of a thing. People are definitely catching on.
You'd rather choose to have that whole package.
Yeah,
have
definitely.
everything treated than just having
go in, have your nails done. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it's something a lot of people are starting to kind of veer that like towards putting a little bit more into the treatment.
Yeah. And reassessing the products that you're using.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you start out, you might not have a lot of money behind you to get the more fancier product. So it's like everyone starts with something. You might start with something that's a bit more reasonable, and then you might elevate it to get more of a luxury scrub and a luxury oil to go with it. And the same in massage and facials. You might start with one skincare range, and then you might eventually move to another and bring different products in as you go. But I think with the way like society is now, like the more elevation that you do, or it's the client experience really on how like they're going to get the best result.
Yeah.
And it can just be like little, really small things that you don't need to spend much money on.
Yeah, but that clients are really...
It's like
I don't want to say it's a talking factor. It's not just that. It's obviously how the client feels and everything. But I know that people, like friends who I've had come here, will leave and say, oh my gosh, that was so nice, that inhalation that we started with. And then, and then we use like a warm towel at this point, and that was so amazing. And that just felt incredible. And it's all these things, or people always say when they come in, oh my gosh, it smells incredible in here. And sometimes it's put on our reviews a lot as well. Like you walk through the door and it smells incredible. I think it's all these extra, it's not just at this point, the treatment itself, as in the massage or the application of the gel nails. It's every other little thing that goes with it. That is what people are talking about and experiencing. And like you said, if I had the option, I'd go for something that offered a little bit more.
Yeah,
just because it makes you,
And also we all want as much for our money as possible. And for the business, for the person who runs the business, these things might be so small. It's like recently went away and they use like warm, so we warm our eye pillows on top of the cavity, so it's got a bit of warmth, but they use like self-warming eye patches, and just feeling that, it's like it's something
different
we
level.
can bring into our service that will elevate what we're currently doing, but will have such a nice result on the client. And they might be like £1 per eye patch, which isn't a lot, but then if you think you have like 200 treatments, then that's £200 if you use it on every person. So it's just trying out little things that might not cost you much, but will leave that lasting impression. For like, we use warm oil in our, I think sometimes nothing's worse than when you go for a treatment, it's already a bit chilly, and then you have this cold oil spread over your body.
With a cold hand.
With a cold hand.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you have a hot towel cabinet, which I recommend that you do, just pop your oil in there and just keep it warm. And it will make such a difference because it's already warming the muscles, which will give you less deeper work to do.
Yeah.
Because it's relaxed it. I mean, they're like little things that you can change that will just... And that's some things really, like a hot towel cabinet. That will do so much, obviously, for your mitts. Make sure you're cleansing the feet. You could do a scrub before you start. Whatever you sometimes feel in that moment. We do a lot of add-ons of like the scrub. But sometimes if I go and cleanse someone's feet and they are a bit like dehydrated, they need a bit of extra like TLC, I'll do like a little scrub. Because those little touches go a long way, a long way for people.
Absolutely.
And they can make such a difference. But also for you, it'll make the massage much easier when you're massaging their feet, that you have a nice slip.
Yeah.
Because they're much softer.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to dissect each part of what you do. Like from the minute they walk in, the seats they're sitting in, if it's comfortable, how tidy it is, like making sure you have space every day to do some cleaning in case there's muddy footprints or you've spilt something and you need to give it a good tidy up. Just make sure it's flowing.
And the thing is lighting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also really important. You don't want to be, for our service in particular, obviously it's different for everyone, but for our service, you don't want to be going into a super bright room. You want something that's quite dim, has that relaxing vibe. And then that's also when you can use your candles, and then that also brings in the scent element as well. So there's things that you can do that are like more than just the lighting. Do you know what I mean? More than just the scent.
It means much more than just the lighting.
Yeah.
The minute you light a candle, it creates a certain atmosphere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend too many candles because it's health and safety hazard. But I would recommend, like, it does feel nice. Or if you don't want to do the candles, then do one like a LED candle. Although it's not the same.
The diffuser.
The diffuser. That's the thing. The sound in each treatment is like, if we run through the senses... So we've got taste, which would be our like drinks, how we're going to elevate our drinks. The sight is obviously the space, and the visuals of it, but making sure that that space is clean and tidy and like looking good. What else have we got? Smell, which would be the diffusers, the candles.
Yeah.
Touch. Touch?
Yeah, which should be like the heated blankets.
Heated blankets, the products that you're using, how it feels on the skin.
Yeah.
And what's the last one? There's sound, isn't there? Sound. So the music that you're playing. So obviously we're going to be changing it so you have 4 different options to choose from. But not everyone likes the same music, and not everyone likes the same music in that environment. Like, so just making sure it flows, it fits their aesthetic. I actually had someone come in once. She was a therapist, and she, bit of like feedback for me, she thought the music clashed from here and out there. And at first I was like, I'm not sure. But now I have changed the music out there, and it is more in keeping with what we do in here, because I used to have like actual worded music, and it was more just like, to be honest, it was a bit like R&B soulful, which is my personal preference of music when I'm outside of work. But having more of like, we have like a lo-fi, is it called lo-fi?
Lo-fi, yeah. It's lo-fi, but I don't know what that means. I feel like that's I don't know if that's a genre or if that's I don't know.
It's like a lo-fi, chilled, relaxed.
But we have like lo-fi and chill. It's called lo-fi and chill.
And we don't play the same one out there as we do in here, but it's like of the same genre. So it now matches. And actually, I didn't take her advice in the beginning, but now looking at it, I'm like, And I think it has elevated it. It does make it more, the minute they walk in, it's more
flow.
Yeah.
It's a nice connection and flow between the front space and the
definitely
treatment room.
And this is just gonna be a short podcast, just to say, like, just dissect what you're doing, whatever industry you're in. If you're like a lash artist, a nail tech, how can you elevate your service? And it could just be down to consultation, could be down to aftercare, just see anything that you can upgrade, really.
Yeah.
I think we'll keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Fabulous. My name is Megan.
And my name's Amy.
Till next time, we're checking out.